So, good evening. Gonna be honest, not entirely sure how I'm going to structure this video. All I know is that I had to pull out the camera, had to grab the ice, and I had to talk to y'all today. So that being said, let's get to it. So, I think it's probably best if I just start to break down the story of this weekend. First time doing it at night. Hopefully it doesn't cause me to stay up all night. So, okay, here we go. So, I think it's best if I break down what happened this weekend. So, I decided on Saturday I was going to take more of an intentional reflection day, and got about 3 hours in the sun, some good workouts in, filmed a video a couple days ago or the other day, and really just was focused a lot on myself, my energy, and kind of expanding my consciousness, expanding my set of beliefs, traits, and just trying to go beyond what I've been experiencing recently. So hopefully that makes sense. But coming to some pretty crazy realizations. First of all, it started with a conversation with my wife on the way to hang out with some of our family. I'm gonna be turning 27 here in 3 days now. So I think that definitely due for a bit of introspection, but also, seeing family. And we were just talking, and I've really been considering myself of how I want to show up, how I want to present myself, the impact that I want to have. And of course it's around business, of course it's around high ticket, of course it's around, I believe, some form of self-improvement, longevity, but I've realized that it's nothing that you can put into a box. So the conclusion my wife and I came to in that conversation was that what I'm trying to create is Garrett Miller, right? It's me. It's who I am. What are my interests? What impact do I want to have? Who do I want to show up and affect? How do I want to do it, right? And so many people try to put themselves into a certain box, like I'm a consultant, or I'm a coach, or I do this, I do that, when there's so much more than that. There's so much more than that. And I think it can be very limiting, especially early on, to put yourself into one of those boxes because you think you have to show up in a certain way and do certain things to get new business or have an impact. And I understand it's important early on to kind of have some sort of identity, but as soon as possible, when you can start, the real changes started to come across when I started getting into branding, and showing up in the different ways on social media and what's my story and going to the art of storytelling. But I'm done being in a box. I'm done succumbing to limiting beliefs of, only being on LinkedIn, only being a little bit on YouTube. I think I can have a lot greater impact with those channels and many others as well. And I just want to attract people who care about the same things that I do, who I know that I can help, who I know I can have an impact on. And so that's my brand. It's Garrett Miller, right? And there are different ways and channels and methods I'm going to do that, but my goal is to bring expansion into the lives of others, give them more options than they had yesterday. So with that being said, this kind of comes in today. So had what should have been around a 1 hour conversation with my consultant I'm working with for YouTube ended up being around a 3 hour conversation, diving deeper into this concept of branding and showing up and standing out and, having an impact, not just in a way that's to get more views and more likes, more engagement, more money, but actually create something I'm proud of that's in my purpose. And was going into a lot of themes around how business goes in metas. Alex Hormozy releases $100 million offers, $100 million leads. Everybody starts to adopt those techniques. And so the landscape's always changing. I've always used the phrase, need to find a way to describe it, like zigging when others zag. It's like zigging when others zag. So like when everyone's doing one thing, do something else that's different. So I've been selling openly on my LinkedIn posts. I've been inviting people to my one-on-one offerings because I want to do so. I'm confident in the services I deliver, and I want to sell often. And I don't want to have people telling me that, oh, you're pushing your audience away, you're selling too much. No, I mean, then they aren't my audience. So with that being said, just going way, way deeper into that again today and just learning and realizing that I want to document and I want to educate, but I also want to create. I want to continue learning. That's what makes life worth living, right? When I was doing cold calling during COVID, I was depressed. I wasn't learning. I graduated. I was done learning. Don't want to be back there. I don't think anybody ever wants to be. I think having the vessel of entrepreneurship allows it to where I will always continue to learn. And those of you entrepreneurs out there know that as well. And it's pretty crazy that when you start to realize that you're no longer in a box, you no longer have these set of things to talk about. So it's like, what do you talk about? Right. But what I'm realizing is that I just want to continue learning. I want to continue documenting. And a big way I'm going to be doing so is spending a lot of time and energy actually looking inwards, looking at myself, looking at limiting beliefs that have held me back, and then, journaling, meditating around these topics, and then sharing my findings with you all, right? Documenting it in like videos like this. And I want to do so in a way that's unique and that's me and that stands out. And I think every single one of us has the capability to do so. I'm encouraging it actually. Everyone says, find your niche. You are the niche. I love helping people find that out. You are the niche. It's crazy, man. This weekend has been insane, y'all. And I'm only looking forward to continued growth and movement in the right direction. And I want more people around me who resonate with a message like this, who want to make a change, want to make an impact, don't want to fit into a box, do what everyone else is doing, even if they're an entrepreneur, even if they have their own business. So with that being said, crazy. I have one spot for my one-on-one container, my high ticket accelerator, running a birthday special on it right now. So we'll love to have you join me. I invite you to that. And learn about branding. Pretty crazy stuff. And when you start to combine that with marketing and sales and writing, the pieces start to come together and you can really see the vision. So that being said, started to get a little cold, but I'm glad I got to share this experience with y'all. I hope y'all found it valuable, and I look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow. Hope y'all have a good night. Take care.